Participants in the Musicians in Residence programme rehearse in the studio. Artistic Director of the Paraorchestra, Charles Hazelwood.
The Musicians in Residence programme is an amazing new kind of arena of possibility and opportunity for Paraorchestra through the great, brilliant, visionary support actually of Sky Arts to give us a chunk of money which is specifically to develop our artists. It just gives them space to think and to dream in bigger shapes than is the norm when you're just kind of living your life and going day to day and playing your gigs. The opportunity to be gifted money and therefore time to literally just maybe stare at a blank piece of paper, go to art galleries, listen to a whole ton of other music that you never encountered before. These are all brain-growing, heart-growing, spirit-growing contexts or arenas.
Johnny Leach, musician in residence, sits on the floor writing as Lisa Beck sings into a microphone and an audience observes.
I feel I know a lot more about my creative self and what directions I can go in and really want to go in.
I really wanted to find what my voice was musically, finding who I was as an artist rather than just a viola player. Yeah, it was just a big old journey of who am I?
Viola player Tilly Chester hangs upside down on silks and spins whilst playing. Double bass player Patrick Phillip.
I was in need of guidance and support for the ideas that were coming up in my mind. At the time it was music for visuals, and I also wanted to work on my communication skills and become a better communicator with with my creative ideas.
It's an amazing kind of like life-changing opportunity for musicians to explode their horizons and to build new muscles and to reach something resembling their fullest potential.
We can take a really flexible approach and it can be quite bespoke according to what each resident needs. They've met collaborators they've not worked with before, they've developed technical skills.
Which is not only about being a musician as a composer, but what about meeting visual artists, for instance, or theatre makers, or filmmakers.
So just the ability to be like, I'm safe for a little bit was amazing. I tend to compose a lot on my own, so sometimes I kind of get a lot in my head of, oh, actually, is this a good idea? Is this common for a composer to feel like this?
Johnny.
Being able to just say that to Lloyd and Charles was, and they'd just be like, yeah, it sucks. Being like, it was really reassuring and kind of just grounded in, okay, actually this is safe.
My ideas started one way, but as the residency progressed, it developed into something else. You know, in the mentoring sessions, how powerful that was, just having to have those sessions to discuss the ideas, and I was just surprised how different the ideas became because of that.
I've seen a huge development in each of the 3 musicians in residence over the last year, partly in the way that they would hold a room or talk about their work, but also confidence in approaching collaborators to work with them. I feel like they've got a sense of how they can take ownership of their artistic development moving forward.
In terms of compositional practice, I've been able to just feel more free and open to ideas, and then I'm actually going in even more directions because of it.
I look back at this last year and I'm totally not where I thought I would be. I went in thinking that I was going to develop one thing, but it's not just that. I've developed so many different areas, and each different area I've developed has led to another one that I wanted to explore, and never before have I been able to go to someone with just a completely insane idea and said, hey, can I do this? And they've just gone, yeah, sure, how can we make this happen?
What we're about is empowering and helping to develop the artistic leaders of the future, particularly, of course, we're talking about the musicians who identify as disabled, that they could and should be leading the sector in a small handful of years. The Musician Residence Scheme is about gifting confidence.
A caption reads, Paraorchestra's Musicians in Residence scheme was conceived in 2021 and was funded for 2 years thanks to a bursary from Sky Arts. Continued support from our funders will ensure the scheme's ongoing success and growth from 2023, plus that of our wider artistic programme.